Hey Army, something unbelievable just happened in Tampa, and no one was ready for it. This was not the main concert, not the official performance, not even a moment that was supposed to go viral. But somehow, out of everything that happened during BTS Arirang World Tour Day 1, this single Jungkook Soundcheck moment is the one everyone can't stop watching. And once you understand why, you'll see this in a completely different way. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is not just another fan moment. This is something deeper, something that reveals why Jungkook continues to dominate attention even when he's not trying. It all started during the early part of the day in Tampa. The atmosphere was still building. Fans were excited, but it wasn't at peak intensity yet. This was Soundcheck, a space usually seen as casual, almost like a behind-the-scenes glimpse. Only a limited number of fans were present, and expectations were simple. Watch, enjoy, and wait for the real show later. Then Jungkook walked in. No dramatic entrance. No explosive music. Just a calm, natural presence stepping onto the stage. He was dressed simply, nothing over the top, nothing designed to steal the spotlight. But within seconds, something shifted in the energy of the entire place. At first, it was subtle. Fans began reacting more loudly than expected, not because of a specific move, but because of how he carried himself. There was a quiet confidence, a natural aura that didn't need effort. Jungkook didn't perform like he was trying to impress. He moved like he already owned the moment. And that's where everything started. He adjusted his mic, glanced across the crowd, and casually stepped forward. A small movement, something that would normally go unnoticed. But in that moment, it felt different. Fans screamed. Phones went up instantly. And just like that, the atmosphere turned electric. This wasn't rehearsed energy. This wasn't something planned. This was real. And here's the part that made it explode. Jungkook wasn't acting like he was on a global stage. He was relaxed, almost playful, interacting with fans in a way that felt personal. His expressions were natural, his reactions unfiltered. Every glance, every small smile, every gesture felt like it was meant for that exact moment. Within minutes, clips began spreading online. People who weren't even in Tampa started seeing short videos, asking the same question over and over again. Why does this feel so different? Why is everyone reacting like this? Because this wasn't just about visuals. Yes, Jungkook looked incredible. That part is obvious. But what made this moment hit so hard was the authenticity behind it. In a world where performances are carefully crafted, edited, and perfected, this felt raw. And raw moments are rare. But wait, this is where it gets even more interesting. There was a brief moment during the soundcheck that changed everything. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. In fact, many people missed it on their first watch. Jungkook paused. Just for a second. He looked out at the crowd, not as a performer, but almost as if he was taking everything in. And in that tiny pause, something shifted again. The energy became heavier, more emotional, more real. Fans later described this exact moment as the reason the clip felt unforgettable. Because for that split second, it didn't feel like an idol performing for an audience. It felt like a connection. And that's something you can't fake. As the soundcheck continued, the energy only grew stronger. Fans were no longer just watching. They were reacting, responding, feeding off every movement Jungkook made. Even the smallest actions created massive reactions. And that's when the phrase started appearing everywhere. Too hot. Not just in appearance, but in presence. In energy. In the way he controlled the entire atmosphere without doing anything extreme. Jungkook wasn't trying to go viral, but the moment went viral anyway. Halfway through this, people online started replaying the clips again and again, trying to figure out what made it so powerful. Was it the setting? The timing? Or was it simply Jungkook being himself at the perfect moment? If you're still here, then you're starting to see it. But don't go anywhere yet, because this connects to something bigger. This tour is not just another series of concerts. It represents a return, a continuation, a new chapter for BTS. And during this soundcheck, that feeling was present in every second. The emotions weren't hidden behind choreography or production. They were visible, raw, and real. Jungkook's presence during this moment felt like a bridge between the past and the present. A reminder of why fans connected in the first place. And maybe that's why this moment spread so fast. Because it wasn't just entertaining. It meant something. As the day moved forward and the main concert approached, the energy from this soundcheck didn't disappear. It stayed with the fans. It carried into the night. And even now, people are still going back, rewatching, analyzing, trying to understand what they felt in that moment. Some say it was his confidence. Some say it was his visuals. But many agree on one thing. It was the authenticity. Jungkook didn't need a full production to dominate the stage. He didn't need effects, lights, or choreography to capture attention. He just needed to be present. And that presence was enough. Now think about this. If a simple soundcheck can create this level of impact, what does that say about the rest of the tour? What else is waiting to happen? Because if this is just the beginning, then BTS Tampa Day 1 might be remembered for something much bigger than anyone expected. Before we end, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think this was one of Jungkook's most natural and powerful moments? Or do you think something even bigger is coming next? Let me know what you think, and if you haven't seen the full moment yet, take a closer look. Not just at what he does, but how he does it. Because sometimes, the smallest moments are the ones that stay with us the longest. And this might be one of them. And here's something that makes this moment even more interesting when you look at it closely. In an era where almost every idol performance is carefully planned, rehearsed, and perfected down to the smallest detail, what happened in Tampa feels like the opposite. There was no pressure to be flawless during soundcheck, and maybe that's exactly why Jungkook stood out even more. When there are no expectations, the real personality shows, and in this case, that authenticity became the main highlight. Fans who attended the soundcheck started sharing their experiences, not just clips, but descriptions of how the moment felt in real time. Many of them said the same thing. It wasn't just exciting, it felt personal. That's a powerful statement, especially in a stadium setting where distance usually separates the artist from the audience. Somehow, Jungkook managed to break that distance without even trying. Another detail that people began to notice was how comfortable he looked. Not just physically, but mentally. There was no sign of pressure, no hesitation, no overthinking. Just pure presence. And when an artist reaches that level of comfort on stage, it creates a completely different kind of energy. It becomes less about performance and more about connection. This also explains why the clips keep getting replayed. It's not about a single highlight or a dramatic moment. It's about the overall feeling. The way everything flowed naturally, without interruption, without force. That kind of flow is rare, and when people recognize it, they keep coming back to it. And if you think about it, this might be a glimpse into what this new era of BTS is going to feel like. Less about proving something and more about expressing something real. If that's the direction they're moving in, then moments like this won't just be rare highlights. They might become the new standard. So the real question now is not why this moment went viral, but what comes next. Because if Jungkook can create this level of impact in a simple soundcheck, then the possibilities for the rest of the tour are wide open. And that's exactly what keeps fans watching, waiting, and coming back for more.